Hello, friends. Have you ever wondered why some people see every challenge as an opportunity, while others get scared by the slightest failure? Why do some people keep growing continuously, while others remain stuck in the same place? The answer lies hidden in our mindset. Carol S. Dweck's wonderful book explains to us that our way of thinking is the biggest reason for our success and failure. This is not just a motivational book, but a guide based on scientific research that teaches us how the direction of our thinking determines the direction of our life. In our society, it is often taught that talent and intelligence are the keys to success. But is it really that simple? If that were the case, every talented person would be successful. But reality tells a different story. This book explains that it's not just talent or intelligence, but our mindset that determines how far we can go in life. Dweck has defined two types of mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities are fixed from birth and they cannot change them. They fear failure, run away from challenges, and avoid criticism. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be continuously developed if they work hard and adopt the right strategy. They see challenges as opportunities, learn from failures, and try to become better every day. Think about it. If Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, or Michael Jordan had believed that they were born with limited abilities, would they have become great in their fields?
No.
They all adopted a growth mindset and treated every failure as a new lesson. In this video, we will share the most important points of this book with you so that you too can develop a growth mindset within yourself. We will learn how you can achieve fantastic success in your life by changing your mindset. If you also want to grow in your career, studies, business, or personal life, then be sure to watch this video till the end. This is not just a book summary, but a golden opportunity to change your thinking and open the doors to new possibilities in your life. So, let's dive into the wisdom of this powerful book and learn how, by adopting the right mindset, we can turn our dreams into reality. Chapter 1. The Mindsets. Have you ever thought about why some people keep moving forward even in difficult circumstances, while others give up when faced with minor problems? Why do some people keep learning and growing, while others remain confined within the boundaries they have created for themselves? All this depends on the structure of our thinking, which we call mindset. Our thinking determines the direction of our life. Everything we achieve, everything we learn, everything we experience is all controlled by our mindset. This is not magic, but a scientific truth. During her research, Dweck concluded that human mindsets are primarily of two types: fixed mindset, static thinking, and growth mindset, developing thinking. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence are innate and cannot be changed. They believe that if they are not good at something, they can never become good at it. They associate failure with their identity and try to avoid challenges. When they face a difficult problem, they feel it wasn't made for them, and they give up. For them, failure becomes a permanent mark instead of trying. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed if they work hard and adopt the right approach. They know that learning and growth is a process, and failure is a part of this process. They see challenges as opportunities and try to learn something from every failure. For them, failure is a lesson, not a permanent stamp. Now the question arises, is our mindset determined in our childhood?
Can it be changed?
Our mindset is completely flexible. It develops from our experiences, upbringing, and the education we receive. When a child is told, "You are very smart," they might think that intelligence is a fixed thing. You either have it or you don't. But when they are taught, "You learn this by working hard," they understand that through effort and hard work, they can get better at anything. An experiment was conducted in a school with two groups of children. The first group was told they were very talented and intelligent. The second group was told they were very hardworking and had the ability to keep learning. When both groups were given a difficult task, the first group gave up quickly because they felt it was beyond their talent. Meanwhile, the second group kept trying because they believed they could learn. This proves that if we consider ourselves limited, we will remain limited. But if we believe that we can learn any skill, then nothing is impossible for us. Now, think about your own life. Have you ever felt that you're not good at something and therefore you gave up on it? Have you ever associated a failure with your identity? If yes, this could be a sign of a fixed mindset. But the good news is that you can change it. Your mindset determines the direction of your life. If you change your mindset, you can change your future too. You can turn every failure into a learning opportunity and see every difficulty as a new beginning. Dweck's idea is equally effective not only for personal development, but also in education, business, sports, and relationships. When we adopt a growth mindset, we inspire not only ourselves, but also the people around us. So, the next time you face a challenge, ask yourself this question: will I give up, or will I make it an opportunity to learn? The answer will determine which mindset you are living with, fixed or growth. Chapter 2. Inside the Mindsets. Have you ever noticed how you feel when someone tells you that you are not good at something? Do you accept it as a challenge and try to improve yourself, or do you assume that you probably can never be good at that thing? This is the place where our mindset determines how we will move forward in life. It's not just about two different ways of thinking, but it's a mental framework that influences our every reaction, every decision, and every effort. Mindsets are not just our beliefs, but they are the force that determines the entire direction of our life. When a child hears from their parents or teachers, "You are very smart," or "You are very talented," it can lay the foundation of a fixed mindset. It sounds good, but it has a hidden effect. The child may start to believe that their success depends only on their talent, not on their efforts. Now, if they face a difficult situation and fail, they might feel that they are not as smart as people said. After this, they start avoiding challenges because they fear that failure might prove their smartness wrong. On the other hand, if the same child hears, "You succeeded because you worked very hard," their mindset grows. Now they understand that talent is not a permanent thing, but it's the result of hard work, patience, and the right attitude. When they face a difficulty, they will feel that they can learn and do better. People with a fixed mindset consider failure a direct blow to their self-esteem. When they face a difficult problem, they start thinking that perhaps they are not capable enough. They try to keep themselves away from the challenge so that their abilities are not questioned. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset see every challenge as an opportunity. They know that behind every failure lies a chance to learn, and they keep trying to improve themselves continuously. Dweck and her team divided some students into two groups. The first group was given easy questions and praised for their smartness. The second group was given difficult questions and were motivated for their hard work and effort. When both groups had to face even more difficult questions, the first group panicked and started trying to avoid failure. But the second group became even more enthusiastic and started working harder to solve the questions. This made it clear that when we link our success to talent, we start fearing failure. But when we consider it a part of the learning process, we keep ourselves ready for every challenge. Mindsets are not limited only to studies and career. They impact us in every area: sports, business, relationships, and even our own thinking ability. If an athlete is taught that they are a champion from birth, then one loss can break them completely. But if they are taught that they can improve themselves every day through hard work, they will learn from every loss and make a comeback with new energy. Now, take a peek into your own life. How many times have you tried to avoid a challenge just because you felt you weren't good at it? Have you ever considered a failure the ultimate truth about your abilities? If yes, this could be a sign of a fixed mindset. But remember, mindsets can be changed. Dweck teaches us that our thinking is not a permanent thing. It can change, it can evolve. We can steer our habits, our thoughts, and our mentality in a direction where we can continuously improve ourselves. So, the next time a difficulty appears in front of you, ask yourself, will I see it as a challenge, or will I run away from it? The answer will define your mindset, and if you want, you can start changing it from today itself. Chapter 3. The Truth About Ability and Accomplishment. Have you ever felt that some people achieve success without any special effort, while others, despite working day and night, are unable to reach that far? Is it true that some people are born talented, and the rest just live in their shadow? Or does success depend on something else? These questions are as common as they are deep, and their answer is hidden in our mindset. Our abilities and our achievements are not the result of innate talent, but rather it depends on how we view our talent and abilities. Our mindset determines how far we can go. A big illusion in our society is that talent is everything. If a child is good at math, people will say they were born a math genius. If an artist creates excellent paintings, people assume it's their natural gift. But is this the complete truth? Is talent the final thing, or are hard work and the right mindset even more important? Talent can give an initial advantage, but real success comes to those who work hard to continuously improve themselves. Dweck observed that people with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are fixed from birth. If they are good at something, they continue it, but if they struggle with something, they give up quickly. They avoid challenges because they feel that if they fail, it will prove they are not that talented. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that abilities don't just come from birth, but can be developed through hard work and the right attitude. They see failure as a lesson and work on their weaknesses. They believe that with consistent practice and the right strategy, they can master any field. A famous example is Michael Jordan. People say he was a born great player, but the reality tells a different story. When he was in school, he was kicked out of his basketball team because he wasn't that good at the time. If he had a fixed mindset, he might never have taken basketball seriously. But he adopted a growth mindset, worked on his weaknesses, practiced for hours, and included himself among the world's greatest basketball players. His success was not just the result of talent, but the outcome of his hard work, right mindset, and a continuous process of improvement. People with a fixed mindset often choose easy paths to protect themselves from failure. They prefer to do things they're already good at, so they don't have to prove themselves. But this thinking prevents them from moving forward in the long run. Meanwhile, people with a growth mindset are not afraid to learn new things. They are not afraid of failing. Rather, they see every failure as an opportunity for themselves. In another interesting research, scientists studied two groups of children. The first group was told they were very smart and their success was due to their intelligence. The second group was told they succeeded because they worked very hard. When these children were later given a difficult test, the first group gave up quickly because they wanted to protect their smartness and started associating failure with themselves. But the second group persisted and kept trying continuously because they believed that through hard work, they could do better. Success is not just the result of innate talent. Rather, it depends on how we develop our talent. If we believe we can learn any skill, we truly can learn it. But if we believe our abilities are limited, we will limit ourselves. Now, it's up to you which mindset you want to adopt. Will you be among those who avoid challenges and fear failure? Or will you be among those who see every difficulty as an opportunity? Chapter 4. Sports. The mindset of a champion. Business mindset and leadership. Relationships. Mindset in love. Have you ever thought about what is the difference between a champion and an ordinary player? Is someone born a winner? Or is it something that can be developed? In the business world, do some people succeed only because they are talented? Or does their mindset make them different? And does mindset play a role in relationships too? All these questions are related to the most important parts of our lives: sports, business, and relationships. In all these areas, our way of thinking determines our success and failure. When we look into the world of sports, we see many players whose names are recorded in history. But if we look deeply at their journey, we find that they had not only talent but also a specific mindset. For example, take Michael Jordan again. There was a time when he was expelled from his school's basketball team. If he had a fixed mindset, he would have thought, "I'm not a good player," and sat back. But he had a growth mindset, which made him believe that he could improve himself through hard work. He did not make failure a question of his self-esteem. Instead, he took it as a challenge and devoted himself to becoming better every day. To become a champion, physical ability alone is not enough. Real champions are those who are not afraid of failure, but learn from it. They turn every loss into their strength and believe that there is no limit to improvement. This is why they take themselves to a new level every time. Now, let's move from the world of sports to the world of business. What is the most important thing to become a good leader? Can only intelligence and experience make a person a great leader?
No.
Dweck explains that in leadership too, mindset plays the biggest role. Some leaders consider themselves omnipotent. They think they already know everything and don't need to learn from anyone. This is a sign of a fixed mindset. Such leaders deny criticism, fear change, and try to hide their mistakes. In contrast, leaders with a growth mindset are always ready to learn. They believe that no one is perfect and everyone can improve. They value their team's suggestions, learn from mistakes, and are always looking for new opportunities. Steve Jobs is a great example of this. When he was fired from Apple the first time, he could have given up. But he saw his failure as an opportunity and built himself up again. He learned new things, improved his leadership, and finally returned as a winner. This was the result of his growth mindset, which made him one of the world's most influential leaders. Now, let's talk about relationships. Have you ever thought why some relationships remain strong while others break at the slightest difficulty? The reason for this is also hidden in the mindset. People with a fixed mindset in relationships believe that if there is a problem, perhaps the relationship is not right for them. They think that true love should work by itself, without any effort. But people with a growth mindset understand that every relationship demands time and effort. They believe that if there are difficulties in a relationship, it doesn't mean the relationship should end. Rather, it is an opportunity for both people to understand each other better and together build a stronger bond. True and strong relationships are those where both people try to make each other better. They don't ignore small mistakes but talk about them and find solutions together. They don't take criticism as a personal attack, but see it as an opportunity for improvement. In every area of our life, our mindset is the biggest reason for our success and failure. In sports, in business, or in relationships, if we believe that we can learn, improve, and move forward, then we can truly do so. Chapter 5. Parents, Teachers, and Coaches. Where do mindsets come from? Have you ever thought where our mindset actually comes from? Why do we get nervous about a challenge, while some people see the same challenge as an opportunity? Why do some children keep moving forward in life, while others give up after a little failure? The answer lies with the people who shape our early life, our parents, teachers, and coaches. Our mindset doesn't come from anywhere suddenly. Rather, it is formed from the messages and behaviors we receive from childhood. In childhood, we are like a blank sheet of paper. What our parents tell us, what our teachers teach us, and what our coaches inspire in us, all these together lay the foundation of our thinking. If a child is repeatedly told that they are very smart, they start considering their smartness as their identity. But if the same child is taught that they can achieve anything with hard work and determination, they keep their mind open and enjoy the learning process. Many times, parents unintentionally limit their children's mindset. When they tell their child, "You are a genius from birth," it sounds good, but it gives birth to a fixed mindset. The child starts believing that their success depends only on their natural abilities. But when that same child faces a difficulty and struggles to learn something new, they feel they are not as smart as they were told. The result is that they start avoiding challenges because they fear that if they fail, people will consider them weak. On the other hand, when parents teach their children, "You can learn anything if you work hard," they develop a growth mindset. Such a child is not afraid of failure, but sees it as an opportunity. They know that if they keep practicing, they can master any skill. Children who are appreciated for their hard work and effort become more flexible and confident. Now, let's talk about the role of teachers. A good teacher not only gives knowledge to their students but also shapes their mindset. Some teachers believe that some children are born talented and the rest will be left behind. This is a sign of a fixed mindset and it has a negative impact on students. When a teacher assumes that some children can never be good at math, or some children will always be average, they unknowingly weaken the self-confidence of those children. In contrast, a teacher with a growth mindset gives every child an opportunity to learn. They know that every student is different, but if given the right guidance, everyone can develop their abilities. In her research, Dweck observed that when teachers make students believe that if you try, you will definitely learn, they start performing well even in difficult subjects. Now comes the role of the coach. On the sports field, mindset is as important as in any classroom. A good coach develops not only physical abilities, but also mental toughness. When a coach emphasizes only winning and views failure negatively, players start giving up quickly. But when a coach teaches that failure is a part of the learning process, players become even stronger. Dweck studied many successful athletes and their coaches and found that great coaches always teach their players the mentality of improvement. They don't tell them they are just talented. Rather, they teach them that without hard work and the right strategy, no success is possible. She found that the most successful players are those who are ready for continuous improvement in their game, not those who rely only on their talent. Our mindset is not formed just by our own thoughts. Rather, it is shaped by the people who play an important role in our lives. If parents, teachers, and coaches guide in the right direction, any child can adopt a growth mindset and reach great heights in life. Chapter 6. Changing the Mindset. The Power of Change. Have you ever felt that a challenge came before you and you said to yourself, "I can't do this," or doubted yourself after a failure? If yes, the reason could be your mindset. But the good news is that mindset is not a permanent thing. It can be changed. It can be developed. No matter how many years we have lived with a fixed mindset, we can change ourselves, and this change can transform our entire life.
Change is not easy.
Our mindset is formed from patterns created by our thoughts, experiences, and society. When we are taught from childhood that talent and intelligence are innate, we start believing those limits. When we are repeatedly scared of failure, we start avoiding risks. But Dweck explains that this fear, these limits, are not real. They're just traps created by our thinking. And the most interesting thing is that as soon as we recognize this truth, the process of change begins. Our brain is structured in such a way that it has the ability to continuously learn and change. Neuroscience has proven that when we work hard on something new neural connections are formed in our brain. This means that if today we consider ourselves weak in something, we can make it our strength through practice and the right mindset. But the first thing we have to do is make ourselves believe that change is possible. When we move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, the first change comes in our way of thinking. Where we used to get scared seeing challenges, we now start seeing them as opportunities. Where the fear of failure used to hold us back, we now start embracing it as a chance to learn. But this change comes only when we start recognizing the negative thoughts within us. Everyone has a fixed mindset voice inside them. This is the voice that tells us we are not good enough, that if we fail people will judge us, that if we are not masters in something, we probably never can be. But along with this, we have another voice inside us, the growth mindset voice, which motivates us, makes us believe that every failure gives us a chance to learn, that our abilities are not preset but can be developed. Whenever the fixed mindset voice rises inside us, we should challenge it. If our brain says, "You can't do this," we should ask ourselves, "If I practice, learn, and work hard, can I do this?" If our brain says, "You are not that smart," we should reply, "Smartness is not permanent. I can develop it." The most important things in the journey of change are patience and consistency. No mindset changes overnight. Many times, we will return to the old thinking, get scared of challenges, become disappointed by failures. But these are the moments when we have to remind ourselves that the process of change is ongoing. Our environment greatly influences our mindset. If we live with people who keep themselves in limits, who fear failure, who run away from new opportunities, then it becomes difficult for us to come out of the fixed mindset too. But if we live with people who accept challenges, who believe in hard work, who prioritize continuous learning, then our mindset also starts changing. That's why we should create an environment around us where the growth mindset is encouraged. Mindset is not a permanent thing. It can be changed at any age, in any circumstance. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to challenge our thinking. We have to learn new things. And most importantly, we must never limit ourselves. We are much more capable than we think. We just have to recognize the power to change our mindset, and then every challenge in our life will become a new opportunity for us. So, friends, from Mindset, the new psychology of success, we learned that our thinking is the real key to our success. If we change our mindset, every challenge in life can turn into a new opportunity. A fixed mindset keeps us limited, but a growth mindset gives us the power to move forward. We must believe in ourselves, learn from failures, and march towards a better version of ourselves every day. If you liked this video and learned something new from it, please do like it. Tell us in the comments which part of the video inspired you the most. If you want to see more such book summaries, don't forget to subscribe to the Bookpedia channel and press the bell icon so that you get the notification of our every new video first. We'll meet in the next video where we will bring a summary of another fantastic book for you. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep strengthening your mindset.